TIE Fighter. This is one of the most iconic pieces of Imperial might and power. This highly maneuverable fighter was lightly armored, lacking shields and hyperdrive. What's up guys and gals, Eagleblade here, so welcome to today's video. The TIE's lack of hyperdrive is what we're going to focus in on, because the TIE isn't the only Star Wars fighter that lacks a hyperdrive. The Eta 2 and Delta 7 Jedi fighters also lacked hyperdrives, but they could dock with an external hyperdrive ring to travel between systems. So as the Republic transitioned into the Empire, why was the hyperdrive ring tech abandoned? Well, the short answer is the prequels came out after the original trilogy, so the idea of the hyperdrive ring wasn't even in any Star Wars lore mind before that. But I feel like there could be an in-universe reason that does fit with the Star Wars lore why the TIE lacked a hyperdrive ring. So, what was the usage of the TIE fighter compared to that of the Jedi fighters? Well, the TIE fighter was primarily used as a defensive role ship. TIEs were stationed on capital ships such as Star Destroyers, space stations, or ground bases. The TIE's primary mission was to screen against enemy fighters, protecting the capital ships as they closed in, or chasing down lightly armored transports within a system, providing ground support for Imperial forces in uncontested airspace, strafing down a group of rebel hideouts or something like that. And the TIE was built in the thousands, potentially millions, for Imperial forces that spread across the galaxy. Compare that to the Jedi fighters. The Jedi fighters were specialty craft built specifically for the Jedi Order. Kanan in Star Wars Rebels says that the Jedi Order numbered in the tens of thousands around the time of the Clone Wars, around 10,000. So compare that to the Empire that would need millions of hyperdrive rings potentially for their fighters, to the Jedi Knights that, the Jedi also use their fighters differently because, as seen in Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan used his to travel around the galaxy. And then in the Clone Wars show, the Delta 7 and Eta 2 are shown to be used by Jedi for scouting missions and other missions like that. So the Delta 7 and Eta 2 were used in a much more active role compared to the defensive role of the TIE. But what about convoy escort missions, you ask? Because the TIE fighter could be used to escort convoys, and you don't need to bring a Star Destroyer along for every convoy run. Well, we have an answer for that in the Gazanti. The Gazanti transport would be the primary transport that the Empire would be using to haul cargo across the galaxy, and Gazantis could carry externally 4 different TIE fighters, so these TIEs could rapidly be deployed, and the Gazanti is a much better fit than, say, a hyperdrive ring to carry TIE fighters because it can carry more, and it's not a specialized equipment compared to a hyperdrive ring. Because look, it can carry other things besides TIEs. It can carry AT walkers or other vehicles, external cargo, and let's face it, the Empire is a mega force that is putting lots of resources into the construction of Star Destroyers, the Death Star, and a lot of other big mega projects. So the usage of a hyperdrive ring for their fighters would be a good tool, but it would be an inconvenience in the resources. It's better to put those resources into the Death Star or other construction efforts, construction of walkers. There's only so much resources, and this is just more of a nuisance because they have so many other effective means to carry their TIEs into battle than the specialized tool of a hyperdrive ring. Now, do I personally think the idea of a TIE fighter, using a hyperdrive ring would be really cool plot-wise? Yes, I think it would be really cool, but in the end, the hyperdrive ring is just too much of a specialized piece of equipment for the Empire to bother using it for all the TIE fighters. Now, could I see like an Imperial Special Forces unit potentially using this? Yes, I think it'd be kind of a cool plot idea if if an Imperial Special Forces unit did utilize TIE fighters that had hyperdrive rings, or perhaps, a group of rebels have captured some TIE fighters and then they modify either a Delta 7 or Eta 2 hyperdrive ring to fit a TIE fighter, and they're able to use TIE fighters that way. You know, like plot wise, that would be very interesting. But overall, just the hyperdrive ring is too much of a specialized piece of equipment for the Empire to bother utilizing it. But I want to know what you think. Could there be a case for the Empire using hyperdrive rings? If you think so, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. I really do love doing these videos, and I'm trying to put them out every week. And yeah, so this is Eagle Light signing off, saying good luck. Always keep your blade blaster handy, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.